Hi everybody! So in this video I'm going to talk about the top 50, or really 50, just happened to be 50 reasons that I could come up with. All the reasons as to why being sober is actually awesome. And these are all the reasons that you gotta keep in the back of your head when, when things are getting hard, and really what to look forward to. So this is it. All the reasons why being sober is awesome. 1. Waking up every single morning without guilt and shame. Number 2. Waking up every morning without crippling anxiety. Number 3. Having your 15-year generalized anxiety disorder pretty much completely eliminated. 4. Not having your insides feel like shit pretty much all the time. 5. Have your insides actually feel like they're coming back to life. 6. Not having to constantly plan around when you can drink, how you can drink, where you're gonna drink, how much you should drink at that time. Basically not having it to fucking rule your life. 7. Being able to drive whenever you want. Number 8. Being able to go to pretty much any event and just knowing that you're not going to make a fool of yourself, and not having that anxiety that you might make a fool of yourself, because you friggin' won't. Number 9, being productive all weekend. And sometimes it's okay not to, but either way, you are able to be productive all weekend if you choose to, not because you're debilitated. Number 10, not eating garbage all weekend just because you're hungover. I'm Canadian, so poutines were a big thing, and that pretty much sets right there on the old midsection. And especially if you do it there like 3-4 times a week, it's gonna keep happening. Doesn't feel very good. Number 11, knowing that you are no longer putting something in your body that lowers your immune system, fucks with your brain chemistry, increases your chances of getting some cancers, fucks with your stomach lining, and a plethora of other things that it does to your insides and in your brain. You're no longer doing that to your body. So that goes into number 12, no longer having to deal with the burnt out stomach lining. Number 13, then that comes into no longer having to throw up bile. That's awesome. And no longer having to throw up blood, I guess, once you get past the bile stage. That rules. Number 14, no longer having the morning shakes, even after one drink. No longer having to deal with that. Number 15, knowing that your family is no longer disappointed in you. And number 16, knowing which friends will want to stick to it with you throughout it. So knowing which ones of those friends will come along for the recovery and sobriety ride. Number 17, saving a shitload of money. Number 18 is actually one that I really like, especially when I'm feeling antisocial. And that would be not feeling the pressure to always say yes when your friends ask you to go out with them and have drinks. Because the answer is no, you don't drink anymore. Like, sure, you can go out and, be social and stuff like that, but when they specifically ask you to go out to get drunk, you can just straight up say no, which takes the big burden off when you just don't really want to go out anyway because you're not really feeling in the mood to be around people. So it's a good way out. Number 19 is feeling the empowerment and the strength of going through something that is really hard, that many people don't do, and actually going through with it and excelling in it and being a better person because of it. That feeling is amazing. Number 20, understanding how amazing it is to actually say no to yourself when you're so used to saying yes to yourself, like the vast majority of your life, and knowing that there's a lot of power and empowerment in saying no. 21, you become more self-aware, and thus that leads to being a better person. Number 22, really cool, didn't think it was possible for me because I was super selfish, but when you get sober and you go through recovery, you start to become more empathetic and less judgmental. And why? because you don't hate yourself anymore. You're not full of anger and hurt and disgust anymore. So once you start to feel lighter and happier and more loving towards yourself on the inside, you start to see people in different light. And so you're less judgmental and, yeah, like I said, more empathetic towards other humans. So that goes into number 23. You don't hate yourself anymore. It's awesome. And number 24, the big one, no hangovers. No more goddamn hangovers. Number 25, you can actually leave weddings and parties a little bit early, and for good reason, and no one's gonna be mad at you for it, which is awesome because you know that part of the night when everyone's drinking and it's fine and they're cool and they're talkative, that's cool. But once they hit that level, like that threshold over into like other planet lands, you can't really relate to that drunk person anymore, so that's time to hit the old dusty trail. Number 26, you don't break things anymore, like walls or your knuckles, friendships, your insides, your face. Number 27, you don't lose shit anymore. Do you know how many times I had gone out and just lost my phone, lost my wallet, lost my jacket at the bar, lost a pair of shoes that happened once, lost your underwear, whatever, who cares? No one's judging here. Number 28, you don't fuck up relationships anymore. And number 29, you make way better decisions. Not just in relationships and who you choose to be in a relationship with, but with life in general, with what you do in the day, what you do at night. You just make better decisions in general. Number 30, which is good for people who are 30 and above. That's when I started to notice it. So number 30 is your skin starts to look a lot better because you're no longer sucking the life and the moisture out of it with alcohol. So then 31, less wrinkles. Number 32, you begin to form stronger bonds with people. When you're drinking before, you have like, you know, bar friends and shit like that, but once you get sober, like your priorities change, so you form stronger bonds with new people you meet, and you reconcile, you know, older relationships and make them stronger. Number 33, you are much better equipped to handle difficult situations that come up in your life. Number 34, you get and maintain a lot more respect from other people when you're sober, in a lot of ways. Not all of them, but most ways. 35, there's fewer moments and awkward apologies and fewer times where you have to explain the idiotic shit that you did. Number 36, you remember everything. You don't have like 5 hours of your day or night missing. You actually remember what you did all the time. Number 37, because you are no longer drinking away your pain, you are forced to look at your pain. That's a really good thing. Number 38, you start to heal away your emotional immaturity. Yeah, it's a thing. Huge thing. I was so emotionally immature, it was insane. I still am in a lot of ways, but not even close to how I was up until when I quit. So your emotional immaturity does start to heal, and you do become more stable in mind and in life. Number 39, which is amazing, no more weekly breakdowns, mental breakdowns, no more weekly mental breakdowns. You know how friggin' hard that was to deal with for so many years. Weekly, even like twice a week sometimes. Either way, no more massive meltdowns. Number 40, sobriety has a way of making you see what is wrong in your life and what needs to change. And you actually have the motivation to actually make those changes. So sometimes you'll see that, yeah, you quit drinking, but what's next? Quit smoking, what's next? Eat better? It gets more and more, and you want to keep building on, you know, optimizing your life. Number 41, you love yourself more. 42, you have more strength, and people see that, and you see that in yourself. It's awesome. again, that comes with stability and becoming more emotionally mature. Number 43, you have more energy. 44, you don't feel like you're aging exponentially anymore. Again, you'll notice that once you're like 30 plus. I don't know what it's like to get sober in your 20s. But I don't know. Well, I don't know if you notice that or not. But either way, when you're above 30, you start to like feel age happening in small ways. But quitting drinking makes it feel like the aging thing is slowing down a lot because you're not putting your body through hell, basically. Number 45, you fall in love with life. You want to stay in it, and you want to see what else is to come. Suicidal thoughts go away because you love life and all that's in it. Number 46, bouts of depression can still happen occasionally, but they are very short-lived and not as deep as what they were when you were using. Number 47, I sort of said it before, but there's a higher chance once you're sober that you'll quit other things in your life that are bad for you. Number 48, there is a higher chance that you may start to work out eventually, not in the beginning because you feel like crap, but eventually you'll start to want to work out because being sober, you can like feel your body start to come back to life, and so you'll want to keep that going. So you'll want to actually start to work out, or maybe do yoga, do something with your body because it feels good to get your blood moving, and it just feels good. You're coming back to life, so get your body doing stuff. Number 49, you increase your discipline and your willpower. Those two things get stronger, and that's a really good thing. It's a really good quality to have. Number 50, the last one. You end up collecting people either in real life or online, or just those two in real life or online. It's the only realms that exist, I'm pretty sure. So you start to collect those people as basically a small army of spiritual helpers for yourself. Spiritual helpers, teachers, mentors, strong people, whatever. You start to build this little group for yourself. And these people are people that you would look up to for support, for inspiration, for motivation, whatever it is. It's really good to have these people, or groups, online groups, whatever it is. It's good to have that. It's better to have that group of people than, the group of people that you would get fucked up with every night, or that you would only see at the bar or whatever. Like, you get better quality people, definitely. And that is it. So do keep in mind that this is my experience and my list. I'm in no way trying to put anybody down or judge anybody, even if they are still continuing to drink. I do understand that there is many people who do drink, and they drink for the right reasons, not the wrong ones. They don't have a problem with it. And that's fine, that's awesome, and that's not who this video is for. So please, if you don't have a problem with alcohol and you watch this and you're a little bit offended by some of these on my list, just know that that was not my intention. All I'm doing is merely sharing my views of why I think sobriety is awesome. So that's it. I hope you really like this video, and I hope it give you maybe motivation. Maybe you're in your early stages of recovery and you want to know what are some things to look forward to. Well, this is it. So do you have any favorite parts of sobriety and recovery? If so, comment below. I would love to hear it. Okay, thank you. See ya.